Hello everybody, welcome back. EonShiKeno here once again. Going to cast game number 3 out of this pool play series between I am MVP, our red Terran player, down here in the bottom left part of the map. And his opponent, the winner of the last game, KiWiKaKi from Clan Rain, Protoss player. Worked out pretty well for him last game. Did some nice DT harass. And just in general played pretty well that game. Had a nice army composition. Got that gold, which let him make a lot of zealots. So I hope so far you've been enjoying my casting. If you want to check out any more of my pro commentaries, you can check out my YouTube page, youtube.com/EonShiKeno. If you don't know how to spell that, it's over there on the right-hand side of the screen. It's spelled out there for you. I do a lot of mostly commentating professional matches like this, and I also do some build order tutorials, strategy videos, stuff like that, you know, just to learn how to play Starcraft a little bit better. So KiWiKaKi going with the scout after pylon. Seems like a little bit early. I mean, on this map, I really don't think it's necessary to scout this early, but maybe he's worried about getting walled in here. If he goes a little bit later, maybe after gateway, you could potentially get walled in. He's just going to try and make up for that situation. So, and also lets him just be a little annoying with his probe. Maybe stop the barracks from being built a little bit sooner, something like that. So now 2 SCVs getting sent out. Nope, this guy's going to go back. He's had enough. KiWiKaKi loves harassing with this probe. I think the very first player who started doing these probe harass tactics was Huck, way back in beta. He's pretty well known for doing that. And back in the beta, their micro wasn't as nice, so occasionally he'd still be able to get a kill or two, which was kind of hilarious. So we've seen 2 different builds out of MVP this game, or out of this whole series so far. First game we saw him go for the fast expand followed up with 4 barracks, and then just made a bunch of Marines going for a timing attack. Second game from Shattered Temple, we saw him get, what did he do? He went for the 2 barracks play, which I still think he should have dropped bunkers, but he decided not to. Probe Scout finally does die, and we'll be able to reveal what MVP is going for. And no expansion yet, looks like, or sorry, no gas yet, which means there's going to be an expansion being thrown down. MVP still scouting around in here. I like the Sim City here of KiWiKaKi's base. Now let me describe that term in case you don't know what that means. Sim City, so when you Sim City your base, it's basically the way you design your base so that it helps you win the game. In this scenario, he's got it walled off here so that he can't like drop Hellions like down here and then run back up here and then get his mineral line. It forces him to have to drop back here, which is a little bit harder and a little bit easier to defend against. So that's what the term means if you didn't know what it means. So nice job there by KiWiKaKi. And what do we have here? 2 barracks so far, expansion going up, and there's the 4th one. So MVP feeling, you know, last game 2 barracks didn't work out for me. I'm gonna go with 4 barracks. You know, why not? Double it. Double it. And I mean, he won with that game, so it only makes sense to go back with what, you know, go with who brung you, so to speak. Won the first game with this build. And in this situation, I think it's a smart decision. 1, he's got confidence with the build. You know, he feels comfortable doing it again. He got a win with it, so that's good stuff. And 2, the way this map is positioned is that if KiWiKaKi does go for some type of faster expand, like 3-gate expand, the expansion is really wide open. I mean, look at this. This is just huge. There's all this room in here, and you really don't have to worry about force fields as much. So I think we're going to see MVP do the exact same build. And what is this KiWiKaKi putting on some pressure? I think he learned his lesson, putting down a proxy pylon already. 3 gateways coming up, and I like this play from KiWiKaKi. He's going to force MVP to have to fight through his army outside his base, and being able to reinforce from over here. He's going to make a bunch of stalkers. Stalkers will be the perfect defense against this Marine play if he decides to push out. And it looks like MVP feeling a lot of pressure coming here. Maybe he's feeling a 4-gate coming, and he's going to throw down a bunker and play defense. Did he actually scout that? I don't think he saw the 2 gateway. Forge going to go down. Expansion going to go up for KiWiKaKi. Going to go up for a little bit of a poke. See the barracks. See the bunkers. And now that the sentries are there, MVP is officially trapped in his base. Not much you can do about that other than risk running down the ramp and getting force fielded and then losing your whole army. So I like the play here from KiWiKaKi, knowing that MVP might go over the same build, and he's going down the ramp. Oh, is he going to do it? And he didn't force field. Oh my gosh. That was just... Oh man, KiWiKaKi had him in such a good position, and that just went so horribly bad for him. He wasn't paying attention. He just walks down the ramp and kills everything. And now he's going to be able to apply some pressure with all these Marines. This is game one all over again. He's even going to kill that pylon. Now, luckily, KiWiKaKi has enough supply, so it's not going to supply block him. But, oh man, bad play from KiWiKaKi there. He's got to be hating that. Throwing up a photon cannon, that's obviously protection against a Banshee. He was not completely sure what MVP was doing, so he threw down one photon cannon just in case. And that's going to be not useful for him at all. And he's going to cut off this sentry. That's going to be huge. Oh, the Guardian Shield is so useful in killing a Zealot. This is so bad for KiWiKaKi. I don't know how he's going to be able to hold this off and not take any extra losses. Nice force field, but not enough. He's going to sneak out the side there. Not enough force fields. And he's kind of delaying this. It looks like he's going to hold. MVP, is he going to fall back? Nope, reinforcements on the way. More batch of Marines headed out. 7 more Marines coming up here. And a rock. I got selected. He's pushing up again. Looks like he doesn't have enough for any force fields or Guardian Shields. MVP going in for some damage. And he's going to be forced to pull probes again. Here he is pulling probes. This is game one all over again. He's microing back down here to the right. Doesn't want to split up those guys. And what's he focusing? Getting a lot of kills here. Probes just falling so fast. And trying to micro back. KiWiKaKi warping in some more Zealots. And it looks like the supply difference is easily favoring MVP up by, what is that, 12 right now. Expansion going to go down for MVP. He's already mining there. This is not looking good for KiWiKaKi. And he's going for it once again. He's going to be able to micro back against those Zealots, pulling probes, maybe try to get a surround on those Marines. He's going to get it. Yes, he does get a surround. Nice job there. But unfortunately, sentries just turn around and get killed. It didn't go back there, warping in some more Zealots. Those guys are going to tank for him while he warps in a more Stalkers here. But he is just being so cost-effective with these Marines and Marauders. KiWiKaKi can't be feeling good about the situation right now. And finally, it looks like we're going to have a little bit of peace. MVP signing the peace treaty for the time being, of course. Going to go back to his base and set up shop. Refinery going down. And we saw the same build from MVP. He's going for the 3 tech lab, getting 1 upgrade on each of these tech labs. He starts the combat shield, he starts a stim pack and a concussive shell all at about the same time, and then makes a reactor on this barracks. I like this build. I think I might start doing it. TVP. It's a pretty good build so far. I'm enjoying it. But I think KiWiKaKi's response at the beginning was really good. You know, pressure that, force him to fight your army to get to your base to deal damage. That force field was the game changer. Like, out of this whole game so far, just missing that force field, that's like everything to this point. That changes the flow of the game. He let MVP loose. You know, MVP got loose. He's out of his base, and he just tore up KiWiKaKi. Wow. He needed to have, here's what KiWiKaKi needed. He needed one of those, like, dog attack suits that, you know, you see him running in the videos. They're like the big Pillsbury Dough guy, you know? He's, like, running, and then the dog attacks him. They do for, like, police dog training and stuff. He needed one of those because MVP got loose, and he just tore up KiWiKaKi. I don't know what KiWiKaKi's going to be able to do to get out of this. This next push is going to be so big. +1 is going to finish for KiWiKaKi, but, I mean, let's check the spending difference here. Army definitely favoring MVP up to this point. Let's check the units lost tab. 28 versus 32. Look at the resources difference. Huge difference. And we have a big attack here going on. Nice force field. He's going to split them off. Another force field is going to go down. He's microing to the right, getting out of there. And is he going to have enough energy for more force fields? It looks like just a couple falling back. Needs to get some more Zealots out there. Force field's now finishing in the middle of the flank. And from the left, microing back to the right. MVP, some nice micro. Forced to pull probes. This is looking so bad for KiWiKaKi. He's going to get a surround on there. Those Marauders actually don't do very well against probes. But it looks like there's just way too many units with the medevac. KiWiKaKi losing all his units, almost double in supply. GG from KiWiKaKi. MVP gains another win, finishes this up 2-1, and moves on. Wow, that was that game was just like, that force field, it was that moment. It was like right there. Like, KiWiKaKi needs to pay attention to that, because the second he wasn't paying attention, he's like, here's my army. The Marines just do so much damage so fast. He lost the sentries, lost control of the map, and MVP just did so much damage. And, I mean, MVP with his great micro with the Marines, stutter step micro, really nice, just did so much damage, was so cost effective with his Marines. Like I was saying, the units lost tab. Terran lost 2,650 resources, and Protoss player lost 5,325. That's a huge difference. So I really think KiWiKaKi was like ahead of MVP strategy-wise, like what to do. but his play didn't match his strategy. Like that force field, he had to have landed that force field. That game could have went completely differently. If he was trapped in his base, KiWiKaKi keeps MVP trapped in his base, takes his expansion, gets built up, maybe goes Robo, gets Colossus, and then goes in for an attack. He would have had a lot better chance, but I mean, that force field, that's all I got to say for game number 3 here. But that was a good series. I really enjoyed this best of 3. We saw KiWiKaKi mostly stick to like the gateway units, the Zealots with a big upgrade, some DTs most of the time. That just seems the strategy he was going for. MVP, mostly stick to the Marine, Marauder, Medevac, Bioball. Great series. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Once again, you can check out more of my videos at youtube.com/EonShiKeno. Go stop by there. Say hi. And that's it for me. I'm going to hopefully cast some more matches from MLG Anaheim and future matches coming up. So stay tuned for those. See everybody later.